A gated suburban house. Flashes pop. Police tape blocks the scene. JonBenét Ramsey vanished here. Shock grips the city. No investigator ever truly solved it. A broken basement window, snowy footprints, abandoned child's bike. Neighbors freeze, staring at the silent space where she slept just hours ago. Empty living room. Holiday photos, Christmas lights, phone left hanging. A family celebration transforms into nightmare in a single, irreversible moment. A black suitcase, crime markers on a plush rug. Stunned police officers survey the scene, too strange for logic, as if set for a movie. Courthouse steps, press, crowds with protest signs. The nation's attention fixates. Speculation battles fact. Newspapers won't drop this story for weeks to come. An officer retrieves the ransom note, gloved hands shaking. Threats, contradictions. Every detail only deepens the mystery. Answers slip further away the closer detectives get. Night. The whole city gathers at a candlelight vigil. Teddy bears, tears, sirens. The sense of loss never fades, even decades later. A lakeside campsite. 3 empty tents, police tape, misty dawn. 3 teens never wake again. The killer vanishes into myth. A bloodied sleeping bag on wet grass. Investigators examine every stain, knowing one mistake could bury the case forever. At the lakeshore, police find an overturned boat, oar drifting away. Searchers' faces are cold, grim. They know time is against them. Empty bottles, a battered radio, echoes of the night everything changed. The lake glimmers, but human voices are long gone at dawn. Finnish police in vintage uniforms question the lone witness. His haunted eyes plead, this horror wasn't his fault. A police evidence bag shakes in trembling hands labeled Bodum. Even professionals can't shake the chill. Facts in this case never fit. Sunset at the lake, lengthening shadows. Who stands alone? Victim, bystander, or the killer? This silence haunts survivors to this day. In 1872, the Mary Celeste drifts. Crew vanished. The greatest sea mystery ever. Ship intact, nothing stolen. Everyone simply gone. Someone climbs the deserted deck. Nobody responds. Ropes sway. Hatch stands open. Everything left running, but the souls on board disappeared without a trace. On the table, an untouched meal, cold cutlery, empty lantern. The difference between life and oblivion here was only minutes. Next to a captain's journal and a compass, wind flips the pages. The last entry provides no answers, just more questions. The lifeboat cradle empty, ropes sliced, rolling seas, not a soul. How could the entire crew vanish in an instant? Captain's quarters, scattered papers, a child's dress neatly folded. Nothing disturbed, no struggle, only stillness tells the story. From afar, Mary Celeste drifts, a dark silhouette on the endless ocean. Not legend. This was the start of a real-life maritime nightmare. San Francisco, night. Police cruisers, a lone street lamp. Zodiac scrawled on a phone booth. Here, California's most infamous serial killer left his mark. A table cluttered with coded ciphers, gloves, threatening letters. No one ever fully cracked his riddles, a private war against law and order. A newspaper headline. Zodiac strikes again. Trembling hands, new threats. Every issue delivers a spike of fear for the city's residents. Wiretaps, rotary phones, exhausted detectives. Smoke, faded charts, tangled leads bring only dead ends. Every conversation could be the killer's next move. A park at night, empty except for a shadow under a faint lamp. Camera nears. Perfect silence. Another clue evaporates into darkness. Anonymous letters slip into the newsroom mail slot. Is this a new manifesto or a chilling invitation for another round of murder? Late at night, journalists pore over yet another cryptic cipher. Fear shadows every face. One man manipulates an entire city from the dark. Muddy Bike Trail, Arkansas. Police tag the area. 3 children vanished, leaving a wound that won't heal for years. A yellow child's bike by the trail. Searchers in the distance. Faded faces. Everyone feels time bleeding away, hope slipping fast. A sagging wooden bridge over swamp. Divers have searched for days in silence. Water thick, effort relentless, yet no sign of life. Parents and reporters crowd behind barriers. Grief everywhere. Photos of missing children flutter. Every family aches for a chance of hope. Police map out a forest, lights and search teams marking zones. Each new area is a cruel cycle of hope and heartbreak. Silence in the courtroom. The judge's gavel falls. Suspects cleared or go free. A mother's tears feel heavier than any sentence. A roadside memorial. White crosses, candles, teddy bears. The horror endures. No one in this town forgets that night. Christmas, West Virginia, 1945. Fire and screams split the night. Several Sodder children vanish before shocked neighbors. No one ever proves if they died or were taken. A charred crib, scattered toys. Firefighters and police sift ashes in silence. Winter sunlight streaking through the gloom. A family photo, burned and warped. A lone shoe on the table. Nothing explains the mystery. Each object deepens the tragedy. Shattered window glass holds faint child's fingerprints. How? Did someone let evil into this tiny home? The question endures 7 decades. Main Street cordoned by fire trucks. Residents stand silent, no one knowing what to say or do in the aftermath. A mother clutches the police report, eyes wide with disbelief. She begs authorities to keep searching, long after hope is gone. A burned foundation, snow, empty playground. Faded child's footprints melt in the sun. The disappearance remains the darkest secret of this rural town. Bermuda Triangle. A modern ship enters the storm. Radio contact cuts out. In minutes, all that remains is an empty logbook and silence. Inside the bridge, tense captain, officers scanning static. One bad signal, one wrong decision. This crew will never be found again. Rough weather, a lifeboat breaks loose. Lightning cracks overhead. Desperate calls for help vanish beneath howling wind and crashing surf. The captain grips the radio, indecision in his eyes. Just one moment. After that, every trace will disappear from radar forever. In the mess hall, half-finished coffee, warm plates left behind. Every detail, a relic of one ordinary morning, now lost. Abandoned boots on the stairwell, a flashlight rolling down, rising water. No alarm, no escape, just escalating panic, never heard outside. Dawn. Search helicopters sweep the ocean with spotlights. Nothing left. Only water and a blinking buoy remain, proof the missing once existed. Australia. Somerton Beach, 1948. A well-dressed man found dead, no ID, no cause. The nation's strangest cold case begins. In his hidden pocket, a tiny slip reads, "Tamam Shud." This scrap of verse becomes the core of Australia's ultimate mystery. Detectives interrogate bystanders, wind ruffling hats and coats. The body lies silent. Nobody saw him arrive or die along the shore. In the morgue, a suitcase, ordinary items, odd notes, pills, scraps of string. Every object adds confusion, not clarity. At a hotel, someone writes Persian script. The writer's face unseen. The story only grows stranger from here. Dental charts and old files stacked, police even decades later are lost in minutia. The list of clues never forms a solid answer. Dusk falls. The beach now empty. Tape flutters. Answers vanish with the tide. Death and its owner, utterly alone. Remote French highway, abandoned farmhouse, flickering blue police lights. A whole family disappears. No motive, only confusion and dread. Camera slides indoors. Broken door banging, muddy footprints up the stairs. Police comb empty rooms. Nothing but wind and silence for company. A blood-splattered stairway, evidence tags, family pictures. A scene of brutality, but why? Motive buried as deep as the truth. Living room chaos, TV static, detectives picking through debris. Outside, cold streetlights cast long, haunted blue shadows. A bakery window, family missing posters. Rain smears the tears and tape. Locals peer at each photo, fearing the unthinkable. Police chief faces the press, notes trembling in hand. The whole village holds its breath. How could this happen so close to home? Night. Emergency lights throw color over the farmhouse. Cars scattered, windows dark, whole scenes soaked in menace and uncertainty. Portugal, 2007. A peaceful resort shattered. Police search for a child. The disappearance of Madeleine McCann shocks the world. Crime scene, an officer dusts a door handle. Inside, a child's book and pink sandals. Every inch is checked for the smallest clue. Poolside, anxious families, officers, quiet bar. Surveillance cameras catch confusion in the background. Something terrible happened. No one saw it coming. Dozens of British officers at a press line. Flyers everywhere, media tension peaks. Europe's eyes are fixed on this one case. A wooden pole, missing child poster. Help us find Madeleine. Parents' hands shake. Panic and desperation grip even hardened detectives. Investigators pore over event timelines, moments on the clock slipping away. Every second matters, yet the truth stays hidden in the shadows. Aerial view, night. The resort, empty street. Lone figure under a streetlight. Police search the beach. Madeleine never comes home.